does talk about these things. I believe if we study history, the Confederates were able to shoot pterodactyls, back in the Civil War, and they spread these things out. Anybody can look it up online.
Google it
They
yourself.
spread these things out, and this is a historical fact. So, they spread this thing out, and it's got a huge winglet. It was a pterodactyl they shot. So, of course, these things have been around. Now, they went extinct, obviously, slowly, but surely. And so,
what I'm saying is Jesus wrote a dinosaur to work. That's history. It's in the Bible. How to Train Your Dragon.
Historical facts.
And if you don't believe it, do your own research. Pull up Google. You'll find the picture, I promise.
Oh my God.
Thank you, John Gleason, Godless engineer, for gifting me this beautiful moment. Y'all remember when they tried to cancel Steven Spielberg for posing with an animatronic triceratops animal rights activist?
Back it up.
Hit it from the back.
Cloaca. Historical facts.
Eat my ass, BP. You're down here bailing on the rest of us because you don't want to process your grief and shame like a normal person by drinking and mistreating strangers.
No, Rick. It is you who must nibble my cloaca, or bird asshole.
Everyone knows what a cloaca is.
back in the Civil War, and they spread these things out. Anybody can look it up online. They spread these things out, and this is a historical fact. So, they spread this thing out, and it's got a huge winglet. It was a pterodactyl they shot. So, of course, these things have been around. Now, they went extinct, obviously, slowly, but surely. And so,
Paul Bunyan was sharing some Funyuns with his pet velociraptor.
Whoa.
Oh, you thought it was an ox? Roll back the clock. Let me knock the socks off. Historical facts.
I didn't cut out. You heard me. Are you a pervert or something? Okay.
What's up, heathens? How ya doing? I'm the Godless Engineer, and I critically analyze apologists' claims to give you the best arguments and information so that you can stand up and use your voice. Tonight, we're taking a look at a guy named, or at least he goes by Chaplain Reese, I think. Anyways, he's a chaplain apologist dude, very southern, which I don't normally cover on this channel for some reason. I can't find a lot of southerners, I guess, that are spouting a bunch of bullshit on YouTube, but he thinks he knows why atheists really don't believe in God. Like, the real reason we don't believe, and I'm sure it has nothing to do with sin. I don't know. I think the Skeptic Mafia has actually seen more of the video than I have, but tonight we're going to figure out why we really and truly don't believe in God, in case you didn't know that you didn't know why you don't believe. Anyways, if you want to fuck around and find out why you don't believe in God, I mean the real reason you don't believe in God, then please stay tuned. I was just told that a number of people that I share an audience with are live right now. So, that helps. Thanks to everybody on the team. Anyways, so, yes, if you're new here to the channel, on Friday nights we do a live stream, and we cover some kind of topic, and a portion of all super chats and new members that come in, or the memberships in general, all that, it goes to a great cause. Last month we donated to Turning Point Autism, and this month we haven't decided where we're going to be donating to yet, but it is kind of a weird month because it's going to be like, we're not doing a whole lot of live streams this month, so we're not sure where we're going to be donating yet. But if you want to help us donate more money, consider sending a super chat. And tonight we have all new super chat things, notifications. Hopefully, Hopefully we do. I set them up earlier, and it's kind of like a new system in Stream Elements that is in beta, so I don't know how it's going to work out, but hopefully it'll come up with some special notifications tonight and not just the same one over and over and over again. But we'll just have to see. This is a test. Haven't been able to test it yet, so hopefully somebody will decide to send in a super chat. But if you want to help us donate to a good charity, definitely consider sending in a super chat, and we will be letting you know where we're going to be donating this month. As for all that, tonight I am drinking Miracle Worker by Yellowhammer Brewing. I've had this in the fridge for a while, and it's just the one that I have up here. It's a 25 IBU, whatever that is. It's a number 2 on the hop scale and a 3 on the malts, apparently. It's craft beer, and it says, kindness is a language. Oh, we got Elizabeth Bridgeton. Says, just testing. You have been blessed by Christ. Now go forth and suck my dong. Well, yeah, so I was worried about that. For some reason, the super chat things aren't exactly working appropriately. Cernian says IBU is a bitterness scale. Well, it's 25 is what the bitterness is. Anyways, I guess I'll be finding out. Elizabeth Richardson said, just testing. I've been MIA for a while due to work, traveling, and changing my sleep schedule. Hope you're all well. Thank you so much, Elizabeth. And we got Deus Ex Tomato, who says, remember, all you need to do to get ahead in life is to work hard, be determined, have a winning attitude, and a small loan of $1 million. I think that's a Trump thing, isn't it? Yeah, it's a Trump thing. Anyways, here's Daniel M. that says, David says good night. The in-laws gave him scissors and made him cut his hair because boys have to have short hair. You have been blessed by Christ. Now go forth and suck my dong. For some reason, it is only doing the one thing, and I don't know why. Gary White, this is finally able to catch a live stream and doing a test myself. You have been blessed by Christ. Now go forth and suck my dong. All right, hold on. I've got to change this. Otherwise, luckily it's easy to go in and edit these things. Apparently, the super chat is not exactly working all that great. And I don't know which one that is. It's blessed. Okay. I'll just delete that. Let's see which one it does now. Save, publish. Okay. And then let me go over here to my notifications and refresh it. Otherwise, it'll just keep doing the same thing, I feel. Okay. All right, maybe we'll get a new one, and we'll work through the notifications until you guys see all the new ones with Jesus in them. Thank you so much there, Gary, for yours. Daniel M says, David says good night. The in-laws gave him scissors. Oh yeah, man. Yeah, that's total bullshit. Like I feel like if he doesn't want like short hair, he shouldn't have to have short hair. Like I don't know why. It's like boys gotta wear long or short hair. Go fuck yourself is probably what I would think in my head, but probably have to keep myself from saying because, got to keep it nice with the in-laws. Anyways, Gary White says finally able to catch. Oh, yeah. Okay, so I've read everything, all caught up. Elizabeth, I've been doing some traveling as well. That's why we're kind of having an off month this month as far as live streams go. All right, so we do have a full show tonight. We got Brocephus stopping by. We've got Today I Learned. We've got comments, and we've got not just one video, but two, because they're really, really short. So we're going to be diving into that. The Chaplain dude followed up his I know why atheists really don't believe with they all lie to themselves every day. And so it's kind of like, I think they play off of each other, but we'll just have to see. Anyways, he does sound like a dick. You're right, honey. Big, massive chode, this one. Anyways, hopefully there will be another a different super chat notification come up if you guys donate again. Yeah, hopefully so. We'll just have to see. Daniel M says, "Are you hitting up Zelda Tears of the Kingdom?" Well, considering I didn't finish the Zelda Breath of the Wild, I'm holding off on getting that one just because I haven't been playing my Switch all that much. I've been playing my Steam Deck a lot. If there was a way that I could emulate on the Steam Deck and play my games there, that would be fantastic. But yeah, not so much just yet. So let's go on ahead and jump into Today I Learned, shall we? Woo! Let's move this shit along. Jesus, get off my fucking ukulele. Yep. Here we go. Today I learned. Woohoo! Woohoo! That was extra. Deus Ex Tomatoes' long hair stares intently at Jesus and Samson. You have been blessed by Christ. Now go forth and suck my dong. I did delete that one. I don't know why. Hold on, maybe, let's see. All right, I hit refresh a number of times. Hopefully it did refresh. I don't know though, but I deleted that one. I'm fairly certain. Hey, you just donated. Yep. Some line exposed. Professor Stick, what the fuck? How you doing, bro? Haven't seen you in a while there, man. I hope you're doing awesome. Anyways, so there's some hopefully we'll get a new super chat here in a second. I don't know though. Anyways, so it's been too long. I agree, Professor Stick. It has been too long. We should catch up. Anyways, first up on Today I learned that Thomas Paine, one of America's founding fathers, was extremely progressive for his time. He advocated for the separation of church and state, universal suffrage, the abolition of slavery, and an early kind of socialism. When he died, only 6 men came to his funeral. Wine money. I can actually just make wine. Yeah, there we go. Fucking wine money. Which is weird because Quentin said, "Sending in my weekly tithe, does this still send me to hell?" It's supposed to. The 666, it's supposed to say this. What? Wine money. Oh, shit. I can actually just make wine. Well, fuck. That's not what that's supposed to say. This beta is sus. It seems beta. Yeah. So anyways, yeah, so this is interesting that only 6 men came to his funeral and that he was extremely progressive. I think that we should have definitely moved with him, like done shit with like his idea in mind there. You have been blessed by Christ. Now go forth and suck my dong. Technical issues with GE is what Quentin says. And then Elizabeth says the super chat's not working properly is almost more entertaining. Well, shit. Me floundering on wine money. I can actually just make wine. Yeah. Wine money. I did change out the one for the going to hell deal. Anyways, so yeah, Thomas Paine, pretty cool dude. Can't wait to get to the next. What the hell? Oh, there we go. For some reason, there's something right there on my screen. Let's move on to the next Today I Learned so that we move along on this stream, shall we? Huh? I am having all kinds of problems. Thank you for noticing, honey. I appreciate you. In a surprising finding using the standard animal model of Down syndrome, scientists reversed the intellectual defects, generally thought of as irreversible, with drugs that target the body's response to cellular stresses, suggesting it may be possible to do the same in humans with Down syndrome. Which is interesting. I mean, I hope that this research continues to get I hope it continues to get funded and everything like that, because that would it would be awesome. Also, another thing is yay science, and you know what hasn't done shit for us is praying for shit. Just saying. Huh? What did I say? Oh shit! I meant deficits. Fuck me. Intellectual deficits. Okay. Yeah. Huh? Yeah. Moving on. So very interesting there. With that particular bit of Today I Learn. Next up, we have Today I Learned that a killer whale at Marineland learned to regurgitate fish and let it sit on the surface to attract seagulls. When a seagull takes the bait, the whale would come up from the water and eat the bird. 4 other whales copied that behavior. Apparently, bird tastes better than fish. Chicken? Chicken or tilapia. Which one you gonna choose? I can tell you, I'm not microwaving tilapia. That's for sure. No, oh, because yeah, I mean we generally bake chicken, but you could still microwave chicken. There was one person on the internet that actually tried to cook a chicken by having a fake hand slap the shit out of it constantly for like hours. Chicken nuggets? Okay, that's not what we're talking about. Okay, I don't know if y'all heard Casey, but she's like, that's not what we're talking about. Like, birds aren't composed of chicken nuggets. Yeah. Oh, man. All right. Well, that's it for Today I Learned today.
Wine money. I can actually just make wine.
Too young to feel this old. My name is Jeff, Godless Engineer. Love seeing you on the line again. Gary White, Today I Learned a seal plays video games all day. a seal plays video games all day? That's interesting.
What? Wine money. I can actually just make wine.
Okay. Surf and chirp. Gross.
Hey, just wanted to say you don't have to be a good person to get into heaven. You just gotta suck my dick.
What is wrong with him?
That's Jesus. That was the correct one that played. For the amount of $20 or more, he'll tell you how to get into heaven. Thank you so much there, Ramblings and Beyond, who says, for a charity, I would like to recommend WNCAP over in Asheville, North Carolina. They provide services to people affected by HIV. I don't know their status on Charity Navigator. They help the LGBTQ plus and other communities as well. We'll definitely check them out. WNCAP. Okay, Casey took a screenshot. We will definitely look into that, and if we can donate to them, we definitely will. So thank you so much for that, their ramblings and beyond. Which I think that actually HIV like care and services and stuff is something we haven't donated to before on the channel. So that would be an interesting. Yeah, not specifically, but anyways, all right. So that's going to be it for the Today I Learned Today. Y'all ready to get into some comments? Some crazy fucking comments? What's wrong with Jesus? He was just in a very dick-sucking day. He just really wanted to get a blowjob. All right, I hope y'all are ready. Because it's time for... Comments of the day! Prepare to facepalm yourself in the next week. All right. First up is this fucking... Okay, so for some reason... I forgot to hit studio mode before I went to the notifications. Let's see. Okay, it's gone now. I just had to flash it. Anyways, oh, yes, capturing Christianity. Cameron is definitely one pretty. Yeah, he takes the cake with these arguments. So, if you guys don't know, Apology has had a formal debate with Andrew Loke, and Andrew Loke has responded to me on at least one occasion about mythicism, which was a total, like, it wasn't convincing whatsoever. It was a fundamentalist kind of view of the scholarship, so it was kind of weird. I have to say, this miracle worker is pretty good. Yeah. Huh? It's really wine. Oh, Jesus. Oh, I get you. Jesus, gotcha. All right, so this is Andrew Loke's argument for the resurrection. Loke's resurrection argument. So, premise number one. There were people who claimed to have seen the resurrected Jesus shortly after his crucifixion. Okay. Let's just assume that Jesus was crucified and everything like that for the purposes of discussing the resurrection. Fine. People claim to have seen through visions, at least. It's not that specific, but you'd have to say specifically visionary experiences or hallucinations. Saw Jesus after his crucifixion. Two, they had some kind of experiences. Okay, ambiguous and vague, but all right. Three, what they experienced was not caused intramentally, but extramentally. Thank you, honey. You're fine. There's no way he can know this. I was thinking it. She said it first. I'm not copying. So there's no way that he could actually know that it was not caused intramentally, but extramentally. Meaning, if you're getting confused by those words, basically he's saying that it didn't happen within their own heads. It happened because Jesus was outside of them, visible for everybody to see, and they were just experiencing Jesus bodily resurrected right there. And that's simply not what the evidence shows. Of course, Andrew Loke is using the Gospels as if they are 100% reliable. And so the experience, like the post-resurrection experiences where Jesus like appears to a whole bunch of people, he just sort of Batmans himself into the middle of a room of a bunch of guys or whatnot. And, you know, Thomas in the Gospel of John fingered his hole and everything. He takes all of that as being like true. And, but that's right there is the first spot where it kind of gets fucky because he just has no evidence for point number three.
I feel like given who's saying this, it's surprising this isn't excrementally.
You're surprised it's not excrementally? I mean, I feel like Andrew Loke is developing this excrementally. excrementally. Yeah, I like that word, excrementally. Would you like a mic? You have one, and I can just push a button. Okay. Number 4, the extramental entity was not another person, but the same Jesus who died on the cross. That, again, we don't have evidence for. He has no evidence to actually say this as like a fact that's substantiated by any kind of evidence. So starting at point 3 starts to fail. Point 4 fails. 5, therefore Jesus resurrected from 1 through 4. And that fails too because this is an unsound argument. If you could substantiate 3 and 4 with evidence of some kind, sure, this would be a sound argument. But it's not a sound argument because 3 and 4 fail, and that prevents you from getting to 5. So, nice try, Loki. I didn't mean to demean the character Loki in the Marvel Universe, but I did. But Loke is going to have to try again on this fucking argument. Casey said, try harder, shithead. I love my wife. Yeah. I love my wife. Normally, the response after that is, why do you always say that after I say something shitty? Yeah, you said something shitty. Next up is Vicky Gates from Facebook, who says, death has been defeated! The most amazing and profound event in all of history. And like a bunch of little children, the ones who think themselves wise just mock it. How sad. I mean, I think that it's sad that Christianity has people believing that death has been defeated. Last time I checked, shit is still dead. Like, shit still dies. Things still die. Death has not been defeated. I don't know what in the fuck she's talking about. I mean, I get it. She's talking about Jesus dying on the cross, therefore defeating death when he resurrected again. I get that that's what she's talking about. But not only did the resurrection not happen, but death is still around. People still fucking die. How amazing is it that Christianity has been able to convince billions of people over the years to think that death has been defeated, and yet people still fucking die.
It's not, I mean, people die their earth life. Defeated is the everlasting death.
The everlasting death is defeated. I mean, I understand why they think death has been defeated, but I mean, even prior to this, like, the Jews and other pagans in the area, they thought that you continued living after death. Like, death was just like a halfway point or some shit like that. Like, you continued living after you died, just in Sheol. It seems like more excremental stuff. That's right, honey. That's the word for tonight. Excremental. All right, next up, this guy who has a Christian cross in his profile picture says, I'm not religious. Is it a Nazi cross? I can't tell. I mean, it looks like the Christian, let's see. Oh, yeah, it's just bringing up like the Red Cross, like the organization. Hold on. It's got a specific name, that particular kind of cross. Is it? Iron Cross, that's right. Yeah. That is a Nazi Germany kind of thing, but I believe they took it from Christianity. Let's see. Let's Wikipedia this real quick. So he's either a Nazi or he might be a Nazi. let's see, was a military decoration in the Kingdom of Prussia, later the German Empire, and Nazi Germany. Looks like it's maybe it's not religiously affiliated, although I mean it kind of looks like it might be. Teutonic Order. Right. No, it's an iron cross. Okay. So anyways, he might be a Nazi. So here we go. That doesn't make it better, but he says, "Don't give a damn, but why are you so keen to disprove what you are clearly able to? What you are clearly not able to? Let folk believe whatever they choose to believe." So the problem that I have is that beliefs turn into actions, and beliefs inform actions. So if you have somebody that has a dangerous belief, eventually that could quite possibly turn into action on those beliefs. And if not the belief itself being turned into an action, the belief can inform other decisions being made that are turned into actions. And I've even heard it argued that actively believing in something is an action in and of itself. So, I mean, dangerous beliefs, I feel like the whole let folks believe whatever they want to believe is good in an ideal kind of situation. But in practice, it's not practical because people have dangerous beliefs. There's dangerous beliefs running amok all over the country right now. Just amok. So anyways, I don't subscribe to the just let people believe whatever they want to. If somebody believes something that's demonstrably wrong, that is dangerously wrong, I'm definitely going to say something about it. I'm definitely going to voice my opinion on it. And also, this is my fucking channel. I mean, people can watch or they cannot watch, which it kind of seems like most of the people that are subscribed choose to not watch. But you're here? Okay. But in any case, I don't subscribe to the utopian idea of let people believe what they want to believe. Definitely push back against dangerous beliefs and just factually incorrect beliefs. I think that that's really important. I think that I don't know what's gotten us into this particular situation of like QAnon and thinking that JFK Jr.'s come back from the dead and all this other stuff. But people need to start pushing back against these kinds of beliefs more. And when I make videos on religious topics, I'm not trying to change that person's mind. I'm targeting an audience that doesn't believe in this God figure, or they're questioning this God figure. And I'm trying to give them good responses or different ways of looking at these arguments to try to help better their thought process or better their position on these topics. So I'm definitely not marketing myself to Christians, even though there are some Christians that watch me. All right. Next up. Oh, yeah. So we got a couple of crazy Christian nationalist type tweets here. Yay, from Jake Maverick. He's a maverick. He says, the year. Hold on. We got to do this right. The year is 2040. You're eating from your weekly rationed tube of cricket paste in your self-driving electric car that only allows you to get to work and back. Because, as we all know, fuck walking, right? You get home and greeted by your non-binary they friend as your child comes in saying, thinking is a crime. Wholesome. Yeah. It's pretty hysterical that they think that this is the future that liberals want. Weekly ration tube of cricket paste. I mean, this isn't fucking what's that that train movie? Oh fuck. Somebody's gonna know it in in the comments here. It's a train movie. It's a future where the world is completely cold. Oh crap, I can't remember it. Anyways, this dystopian future movie where they all live. Snowpiercer. Thank you so much. Everybody knew it in the comment section. Snowpiercer. It's this. The world has gone cold, like frigid, and the only people left alive, as far as these people know, are these people on a train. And it's sectioned out by class. You got the lower class in the back part of the ship that has to eat this bug, this like congealed bug protein bar. Yeah. And except they don't know that it's like congealed bug protein. And but that's what it makes me think about right here. But in any case, yeah, this guy's just being so ridiculous. Like there's not any kind of point even taking this guy seriously. I mean, who's to say he's not some kind of like conservative bot or something like that that's just, programmed to put out this kind of bullshit on a weekly basis. But anyways, yeah, it seems excremental. That's right, honey. It is excremental. This next one's from Wendy Rogers. Do y'all remember Wendy Rogers? Well, she was, I believe she was from Arizona. She was one of the crazy conservatives from Arizona. And she goes, if this photo scares you, you may not understand American history. And it's literally the Confederate Army, like either losing or winning a battle. And it's like, yeah, that fucking scares me. Like, I don't want a civil war in America nowadays. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, that would be fucking crazy. And yeah, I think that she doesn't understand American history because that image should scare you. For one thing, there's an insinuation about a civil war, and there was a lot of talk back in July of 22 about, a civil war and all this other shit. And then there's also the fact that the people in the picture that are depicted in the picture are fighting to own other people that don't look like them. It's not a picture, it's a painting. Sorry.
Like a photo. That's not a photo. It is a painting.
I didn't mean that it was a photo.
No, they said it's a photo.
Oh.
This photo scares you. It's not a photo.
Oh, she says it's a photo. Oh, okay. I thought that I fucked up and said something like that.
You're calling it a picture, but she says it's a photo. That's not a photo.
Well, it's a painting. But anyways, so like they're fighting to own other people.
Does that person have like a head on a stick, or is that a hat?
I think it's a hat. Yeah, see, it's a hat. I don't know why he's decided to hold his hat up. Maybe he's signaling for, his racist buddies to come in and do something. But anyways, yes, Wendy Rogers is a dipshit. All right, let's see. Oh, you know what time it is? It's Brocephus time. What's up, y'all? I love that pizza we got earlier. It was so fantastic. I gotta tell you, I'm gonna eat me 3 slices tomorrow. What? I know.
Did you have some beer too?
I mean, yeah, G's got that beer down in the fridge. I think he went down there to have some. Oh, look, he's got me some right here. Shit, miracle worker. Oh, fuck. Belgian style triple is what it says. Buddy. All right. What are we explaining today? Let's see. How can we still see the sun if airplanes are covering the whole sky? Oh, I can't believe I'm having to explain this thing to another group of dipshits today. Anyways, so basically airplanes, they have reflective things underneath them, kind of like in the Marvel Avengers movie, how you couldn't see the sky battleship. in the air, they had like those little video mirror things that made it look invisible. Well, you don't know this, but planes are outfitted with those as well. Also, they get help from the Lord. The Lord just does a magical incantation over all of the flights that are going on, and it causes them to disappear in the sky, combined with those reflective plates on the bottom. Boom, you can't see shit. Now, the ones that you do see in the sky are just flying too low, and they haven't activated their translucent panels yet. So, I mean, this is like some really advanced shit that they're rolling out with now, and this is all because of Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos support yachts, and that's why you can still see the sun, because it's transmitting the image from beyond it and focusing it to where you can see it. And that's how it works. Also, if you don't know, vinegar mixed with water will get rid of airplanes in your field of view. I mean, I can see them on the picture here. I can't even see fucking Europe.
I'm just saying, it's an individual airplane to scale. Look how big those are.
I mean, they look pretty fucking small to me. I mean, look.
Compared to the land masses, those airplanes would be fucking huge.
I don't know what you're trying to tell me right now. I mean, everything I said is scientifically proven and available on the internet. Look, Serenity in the chat, transparent aluminum. That's exactly what they're using. They just apply an electrical field to the aluminum and it turns it transparent. They do this for other things. It's like in that Batman movie where he had the wingsuit. He applies an electrical charge to it and it goes rigid. Well, it's the same concept here, except it goes invisible.
It's not relevant to the size of the fucking planes on the map.
I don't know why you're stuck on that.
Possibly be to scale.
Well, this also is not a picture.
No.
It's a AI generated map.
The diagram.
Whatever. It's probably screen capped from some. It looks like it's screen capped from some website. Anyways, that's how it works. God does a magical incantation, and then also transparent aluminum with electricity running through it. So don't fucking touch planes or else they'll electrocute your ass and you'll piss yourself.
If you have electrical aluminum, why do you need God's incantation?
Well, because God protects the airplanes in the sky. But because, I mean, once they go invisible, they can't see each other.
So would he just drop the ball on Malaysia 380 or 370 or whatever?
I mean, he was having a drink at the time and he just sort of lost track. Anyways, that's going to be it for me today. I hope you guys learned something. I know I didn't. I taught y'all something. Anyways, I'm going to head on out. I'm going to get on back over here to see what GE's doing, get his ass back up here. Anyways, I hope you heathens have a good... Oh, sorry. God tried to ram his dick down my throat. I'll see you heathens later. Bye, y'all.
Shitty ass science. We're gonna answer some science shit really wrong.
Just so you know, Brocephus, that was Jesus. He's been trying to get a blowjob all night.
Jesus has been trying to get a blowjob all night?
Yeah.
Well, shit. Why didn't you tell me? I could have got on my knees and prayed and given him the good one.
Maybe that's why I didn't tell you.
God damn it, Brocephus, and your fucking prayer blowjob shit. Anyways. All right. So, yeah, obviously it's a tracking map, not anything that needs to be explained. Huh? It's a trap. All right. Well, are y'all ready to get to the, you know what? I've got a stream deck here and I'm not even using the little live stream panel. Y'all ready to get to the response video? I know I am because this guy is a dipshit. And I still have yet to remember to fix my little GE door, but I decided not to blow y'all's ears out. All right. So, atheists don't believe in God, and here's the shocking reason why they don't. and what they can do about it. I don't think I'm ready for this, but I feel like we're going to be calling bullshit all over this motherfucker tonight, okay?
What's up, parishioners? Chaplain Reese here, and if God did it for me, he can do it for you too. Thank you so much for joining me today. Welcome to my
Christ, could you, like, this guy, I mean, is it just me, or is this guy loud?
show finally Friday. I'm glad it's finally Friday, aren't you? I hope you have a wonderful weekend with.
I mean, I'm glad it's Friday, but also, I mean, I like how he came in with all the energy and everything like that. If God can do it for me, he can do it for you too. What'd God do for you? And was it actually God? Is there any way that you can prove that God did whatever he did? I mean, I think that would be the pertinent question, would be to ask, hey, am I still streaming? Okay. I think the pertinent question would be to ask, hey, how do you know that God did it? How do you know that God is the one that did whatever in the fuck? And what in the hell are you talking about in the first place? As a viewer, I'm just totally confused as to what is even going on right now. He really did up that walk-in closet. I mean, he's got a Buc-ee's, like, little Target back there. Like, I didn't even know Buc-ee's sold human targets. Oh, it could be a Buc-ee sticker on something different, but I don't. That would be really weird. Also, the obligatory American flag with the fern back there. Surprised it's still alive. Well, he's got another plant in the other corner that the guy's hiding behind back there. Those are what? Silk plants?
Your family. Hey, listen to this. Really, why are atheists atheists? Some of them.
Oh, some of them. Okay, well, I can tell you why I'm an atheist. I'm an atheist because I didn't find compelling reasons to believe in God. The arguments and evidence that's been provided for God, specifically the Christian God, but also just all current definitions of deities, as well as just a general idea of God, have not been convincing to me. And so therefore I don't believe. Until you can provide me with convincing evidence that God does exist, I will remain irreligious. So just provide me with some good evidence.
Why are some atheists atheists? Well, check this out. One time there was a couple of college students, or a few college students. One was a Christian. A couple of them were atheists.
Honey, do you smell that? No, I smell bullshit right now. Huh? It's definitely excremental. He's about to go into an excremental exposition here.
And there was going to be a gospel apologetics meeting there at the college. So the Christian, he invites two of his atheist acquaintances to this apologetics gospel meeting.
First thing that I have to doubt here is that a Christian invited an atheist to an apologetics meeting, and the atheist said, "Sure, I would love to drill a fucking drill bit into my forehead right here for an hour and a half. I would love to do that, but oh shit, I guess I've got video games, movie theaters, work, what I'm sick, I've got the shits. Like, take any excuse. I don't. Now, I've got a particular affinity for putting myself through the ringer, like with an apologetics thing. Like, if they're wanting to bring a bunch of apologetics to me, I'd be fine with it. I mean, it's going to end up with them yelling at me, because that's happened a couple of times in the past with whenever people started talking about this outside of my friends group. So, I mean, it's not going to end well for them, but I mean, sure, if you want to put yourself through that kind of ringer, fine. But I sincerely doubt that a Christian asked two atheists to come to an apologist conference or meeting or seminar or something, and the atheists were like, oh, sure, let's do it. Well, I mean, would you say yes to that? Like, if you had a friend at work that was like, hey, we're having an apologist meeting, well, we're going to go over all the awesome arguments for God. Do you want to come? Like, what would you say, hun? Casey would tell him to fuck off. I wonder, what would you say? Would you be like, sure, I want to come to the apologetics thing and be targeted by all of your apologetic friends for an hour and a half? I'm a glutton for punishment, yes, but I don't expect other people to be gluttons for punishment. Like, I expect normal fucking people to be like, that's okay, I'm going to go play video games or some shit. Or do something else. Read a fucking book. I don't care.
They went, they sat through it, and the apologist, no doubt, proved that there is a God by things that we can understand in our reasoning and in our mind. After the meeting, this young boy and his two atheist acquaintances were walking back to the dorm room, and the Christian boy, he asked him, he said, well, what do you think? Do you believe that there is a God?
I mean, see, so several things kind of clue me into how bullshit this story is. First of all, he kind of seems to be buying time in between different segments of it. Also, the segments seem to be very vague and ambiguous about what happened. So I don't know if it's his story or somebody else's story, or if he's just making it up on the spot. If he's sort of making it up on the spot, I would suggest writing something up first and, making sure that you understand the story before you start, freestyling a bullshit apologetic story. But why would the Christian be asking the two atheists, oh, do you believe in God now? Like, I feel like in the situation where the atheists were convinced of God by whatever meeting they went to, they would know, like, within the meeting if they started to believe in God. Because generally, like, that's how at least it's been portrayed by Christians as happening. I understand that in reality, some of these arguments can take time to ruminate and whatever, and then people are later convinced. But I would think that directly after whatever meeting they had, like, there wouldn't be such an immediate effect in reality. But in these fantastical stories, normally they happen like immediately, right? So I'm a little thrown off here by this story. I don't know where it's going, but let's see how the atheists respond to these supposed arguments.
One of the atheist boys looked over to him and said, what that man had to say was very convincing, and he did give evidence for a God, but I refuse to believe it, because if I believed it, then I would have to stop living the way that I live.
And so, super transparent here, I only watched the very beginning of this video. And I was like, okay, this will suffice for the video that was voted for tonight. And I didn't get to this part. I fucking nailed it with the, hey, they just want to sin, because that's what he's leading into. It's like, I don't want to give up my lifestyle. It's like, you don't got to give up your lifestyle. Have you seen fucking Donald Trump? I mean, evangelicals are all over that, like flies on shit. And so you don't have to give up your lifestyle in order to be Christian. All you got to do is believe in Jesus and ask for forgiveness on a daily basis. Like, I mean, I'm not saying that that's like a popular or widespread theology to have, but I feel like if you're concerned about living your life as you're currently living it. I don't know what that fucking means in this particular story, but there are ways in which you can theologically rectify the different ideas in Christianity and still be able to live the life that you do. Plenty of politicians do it all the time. They're all gung-ho about family and pro-life and hooray, all this other shit while they're getting their secretary pregnant and shipping them off to another state in order to get an abortion. Like, you don't have to be like super perfect in order to be a Christian. I mean, it's baked into the religion, this whole idea of forgiveness. Now, it depends on which version of Christianity you go for, but like I said, if your concern is living the way that you're currently living and being a Christian, or let's say you've been given convincing arguments for God, then you could definitely figure out a way to reconcile all of that and be a Christian. So the whole idea of, oh, I just want to sin is totally bullshit, and Christians just need to stop using it, because that's not the reason why people become an atheist, because there's nothing in Christianity that's preventing you from sinning. In fact, it's one of the tenets that we are all sinners and we fall short of the glory of God. And that's why we need Jesus as a savior. So if everybody's already sinning, and you are just simply by you existing in some particular flavors of Christianity, simply by you existing, you are sinning. And once you accept Jesus Christ as your savior, your sins are forgiven. It's sins now and in the future. So why is that a compelling reason to leave the faith? I just don't understand. Professor Stick said everyone likes sinning. I love to transgress God's opinion.
Understand that there are a lot of people out there that may say that they're an atheist. They may say that they don't believe in God, but the real reason is they know that God is not pleased with their wicked, sinful lifestyles. And if they said that there is a God, I believe that He's real, they know that they would have to stop doing it. So they choose their sin over an almighty God.
So I'm not exactly sure what flavor of Christianity that this chaplain adheres to. If it's Protestantism, like if it's a Protestant flavor of Christianity, we got Math Whiz.
You have been blessed by Christ. Now go forth and suck my dong.
Thank you, Math Whiz. He says, I'll take shit that never happened for 400, Alex. Thank you so much there, Math Whiz. So I really don't understand why he thinks that this is like a reason for people not to believe in God, because depending on your flavor of Christianity, if you're working with a more Protestant, liberal version of Christianity, what you're judged for when after you die and you get to heaven, judgment day comes, whatever. What you're being judged on is whether or not you believe in Jesus, right? Not whether or not you've led a good life or you changed your ways or anything like that. When you get to heaven, at least this is one particular version of it. I'm not sure which one he subscribes to, but when you get to heaven, you're just judged on whether or not you believe in Jesus. Now, Catholics, they believe in both works and faith, but if you're part of a version of Christianity where it's just faith, or it's like, somehow faith is the crux of your belief, then that's all that's really required. Because that's one of the selling points of Christianity. It's like no sin is too big except for saying, God, suck my dick. Blasphemy. That's the only unforgivable sin in Christianity. No sin is too big. Jeffrey Dahmer, he was saved before he died, so he's chilling out up there with God and Jesus. You've got you've got that whole appeal to Christianity. So why exactly would it be that, you know, a Christian, somebody becoming a Christian, would feel the need to like change their whole behavior when it seems like Christians themselves don't need to change their whole behavior? Like, you don't have to be all gung-ho for Christ 100% of the time in order to be Christian. All you have to do is believe that Jesus gave up his life for your salvation and, you know, quote unquote, give your life to Jesus, whatever in the fuck subjectively that means. And so this is never going to appeal to anybody as far as like leaving the faith, because you could still sin and be in the faith. You just gotta have this toxic guilt thing that you levy against yourself, and you gotta pray to Jesus and ask him for forgiveness and all this other stuff. Quentin Van Boeven gifted a membership. Dragon Master got gifted a membership. What up? Thank you so much there, Quentin. And welcome, Dragon Master. So, yeah, this is just never going to be a convincing argument as to why we don't believe. This totally negates, like, he's basically saying, oh, atheists are lying right now when they tell you that they don't believe in God because there's not convincing evidence. He's saying that even if an atheist is convinced of God's existence, he will still deny God because he wants to sin or he doesn't want to change his lifestyle or anything like that. But I don't see a whole hell of a lot of changing lifestyles for the current Christians. So why would that mean that my lifestyle has to change to become a Christian?
God knows where they're at. You can be an influence in their life. And one of these days, they may see that their sin and their wickedness really doesn't mean all that much. But I wanted to share with you today the real reason why some people say that they are atheists.
No, this is not a real reason why people say they are atheists. Now, does that mean that there couldn't, like that there aren't atheists out there that maybe fall into this particular category? Sure. I think that it's possible that they could exist, but for the most part, as far as atheists go, we don't believe in God because there's not sufficient evidence to prove that one exists. But I would consider myself part of the Gnostic atheist group for specific definitions of God that we have, like Yahweh. I think that Yahweh doesn't and can't exist as it is defined right now. If you redefine Yahweh, is it still Yahweh? It's still the ship of Theseus question, I think. Is that right? Did I nail that? Yes, the ship of Theseus. Yeah, so it's if you don't know ship of Theseus, it's like if we have the ship of Theseus and we continuously repair it and we replace planks and everything like that to the point where it's a completely new ship, is it still the ship of Theseus? And I forget how that worked into this entire argument, but you know what I'm saying now. All right, we do have one more video to go through of his. It's short. Caden says, I just want to fucking sin by donating to the LGBTQ plus charity, despite God.
Hey, just wanted to say you don't have to be a good person to get into heaven. You just gotta suck my dick.
See? Jesus knows. He's letting you know how to get into heaven. And it's definitely not changing your ways. Unless part of your ways is not sucking his dick, I guess.
And the real reason is they're not atheists. They just love their sin and don't want to quit it. I hope this has brought some good information to you. Don't forget I love you and appreciate you. Don't forget to read your Bible and pray every day. And I'll see you in the next video. Hope you have a great weekend. God bless.
He seems like a nice guy. I mean, he's totally wrong, but I mean, maybe that's like that that pastor charm that like lures you into a trap, and then he's like, aha, I got you. And then it's like, oh shit, now we're in a Quentin Tarantino movie. I feel like that's the vibe he's putting off here. I don't know why. All right, let's get to his next video.
What's up, parishioners? Chaplain Reese here. And if God did it for me, he can do it for you too.
Oh, okay, so that's the thing he starts off his entire, like every video with. I'm guessing what he means by that is that he was an atheist and now he's a Christian chaplain preaching God to people. I feel like if I was really concerned with money, I could have like I could probably top J. Warner Wallace and Frank Turek and all of them that were like, I used to be an atheist and now I suck Jesus cock. Do you want to do the same thing as me? I've written 15 books about the exact same fucking subject. Do you want to be convinced of the thing you already believe? Buy all of my fucking books. Feel like I could really griff that crowd pretty hard, especially considering like all of the content I have on this channel. It's like, this guy was hardcore atheist. He used to talk about sucking dick all the time. One time he even sucked a cherry dick on the TV. Woo! Now he praises the Lord and sucks Jesus' dick.
Whatever it is, thank you for joining me today in the FEMA trailer on my show, Finally Friday.
Wait, did he say the FEMA trailer? Like FEMA, like the Federal Emergency, what is it? Medical Act? No, that's not what FEMA means. I think it's Federal Emergency. Federal Emergency Management Agency. Fuck me. He said FEMA? Like, I don't understand how it's a FEMA trailer. Like, did he buy like a surplus FEMA trailer and he outfitted it like a redneck, or like, what's going on there?
Friday, I wanted to encourage you today to not give up on an atheist, someone who says that there is no God.
Okay, well, so for the most part, atheists, or at least in my experience, atheists say that I don't believe in a God. There are like Gnostic atheists out there that says, oh, no God can exist, or there is no God. So, like a very finite statement like that. But I know I try to be super specific in saying that I just don't believe in a God. And I'm not convinced by the evidence that there is a God. So I try to be specific like that. I always try to implore people to be more specific about if it's just that you don't believe and you don't know whether or not a God exists, to be specific about it and say, I just don't believe in a God. And so that'll help clear up any of that kind of confusion. But typically apologists like this love to misrepresent the atheist position as only being like the Gnostic or hard atheist position, which for his particular God, I would be in that camp. I say that his God does not exist. But that's just because of how his God is defined. His God can exist. So it kind of a weird nuanced position there, but I thought I should clear it up.
Many times we hear them say that and we completely give up on them. There's no use in trying to witness to them or win them because they're stuck in their beliefs. And many times that's true. But I want to tell you a story about an atheist who had admitted that he believed that there was a God.
Then he wouldn't be an atheist anymore now, would he? You have been blessed by Christ. Now go forth and suck my dong. I'm gonna replace it with okay, so the next $5 super chat should do a little jingle as Jesus That's kind of funny. I think it's funny. It'll make me giggle. But I just fixed that up. All right. Shit, I done forgot what he said.
About an atheist who had admitted that he believed that there was a God.
I feel like we're getting another bullshit story because that's not an atheist. It's not an atheist. If he believes in a God, then he's not an atheist. But I think maybe that's his point, is that atheists aren't even atheists. Because atheists do believe in God, they just want to deny him because of sin or some other kind of bullshit like that. So let's hear what his story is, his little parable that he's going to make up on the spot.
My pastor has been a roofer for many years. His family is roofers.
His family is roofers? Like, if I don't know about that. Hold on. I do want to try something real quick though. Let's see. Snip. Snippity snip this little image of a generic roofer. You can't tell who it is, which is the perfect way, you know, to do these things. But if we go to image search on Google, can we paste? No, we can't paste. But what we can do is we can save it to our desktop. Right? And then we get out our folder and then we navigate. Oh, we got Cadence. You gonna read the super chat or just leave me on scene? Oh shit. So sorry, Cadence.
Jesus loves the little children. Maybe a little too much.
Cadence says, don't give up on an atheist. I'll translate that for you all. He meant harass an atheist relentlessly until they submit. And then the second one is, you get to read the super chat or just leave me on scene. No, so sorry, Cadence. I got totally distracted right there for a second. That's my bad. All right. Screenshot. Google image search. I mean, it might actually be his pastor because nothing is exactly coming up with this image. So this could legitimately be his pastor. Let's see. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of images that look kind of similar to the one that he's presented, but not exactly. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see where it goes with this, shall we?
Roofer for many years. His family is roofers. Once there was his uncle.
Jesus loves the little children. Maybe a little too much.
Hellbound Hillbilly says $5 say we're mad at God.
Many years, his family is roofers. Once there was his uncle, who is a roofer, and another man who were working on the roof of a house. It was a very, very steep roof. Steep roofs are dangerous. And they had a 2x4 that was nailed to that roof, and they were sort of leaned on the steep roof while their feet was on the 2x4 and they were working. Well, all of a sudden, pastor's uncle and the atheist, as they were working, the nails in the 2x4 began to slip out. And as they were slipping out, that 2x4 began to turn over and come down until it came completely out and rolled down the steep roof. Well, they didn't have anything to grab a hold to or anything to do to keep them on the roof, so they were sliding down. And as they were sliding down, very slowly, nowhere to go. The atheist said, "Oh God, would you help me?"
Okay. Olivia Williams, 699, said, "Oh, I know that story. The atheist slipped and said,
Jesus loves the little children, maybe a little too much."
Olivia comes in right as he's saying, "Oh God," or something. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. So my guess is it's a stock story that is used by apologists, maybe. I don't know. But anyways, so, I mean, it sounds like just something somebody would yell out, like, "Oh God," kind of like, just because somebody yells, "Oh God," doesn't mean they believe in God. God, like the word God is just a common thing in our vernacular, especially if you live in the South, where I'm guessing he's at, if he actually does know the person that he's talking about. So, I mean, this is not a miraculous story. Like, I don't know if he's going to keep going that direction. Like, the "oh God" is like where it comes in at, but also, isn't this like a really dramatic thing? Like, it's like, oh, they were working on the roof, and then all of a sudden they tumbled about. He started sliding down. He was like, "Oh God, help me." And then somebody helped him. And it was a totally natural thing and not something magical. But let's see where he goes with it.
He cried out to God. About that time, Pastor's uncle reached back behind him. He grabbed his claw hammer. He slammed it in the roof of that house. He reached down with his other hand and grabbed that atheist and stopped him.
And then everyone clapped and cheered. Woo! Yeah! Woo, woo, woo! God is good! Or just, quick reflexes with a hammer. I mean, either one. You just pick one. You would think that if it was God, it'd be a bit more magical. Like, he fucking landed on a flying rug or something like that. Like, goddamn Aladdin went on a whole new journey to a whole new world. Was it a whole new world? Do 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 do, and like both the pastor's uncle and the dude, the atheist guy that called out to God, are flying on the magic carpet around the neighborhood, and it's like, no matter where you go. I would expect that from God. Like, dude floating in the air or something like that. Like, that's what I would, not like, oh, the pastor's uncle had quick reflexes, so he destroyed the person's house that he was working on, slammed his hammer into the roof, got caught on something and grabbed the dude, thus saving him. But no, God is the reason why he had quick fucking reflexes. Also, people in the chat are talking about like OSHA violations and other kind of safety violations and stuff. I feel like that it probably definitely is a safety violation. Like, I don't know if this guy would have a smirk on his face if he knew he was telling on his friend there about all the violations that his roofing business apparently commits on every single job site. Like, whew.
Saved their lives or saved them from getting a broken leg, broken back, whatever.
Holy fuck, what the hell? Like, he fell off the roof.
Jesus loves the little children, maybe a little too much. Jesus loves the little children, maybe a little too much.
Deus Ex Tomato says, a whole new world is about BJs. Just saying. MP Miller says, my atheist friend back in Florida says, sweet baby Jesus all the time. Hello. But so he's showing this picture of a guy on like the pavement, like he fell there. But like if he's working on like a residential house, then he wouldn't have fallen on like a pavement and he wouldn't have been all bloody and shit. Maybe he would have broke a leg or dislocated an arm or something like that. But my guess is that at least the pictures that he showed were like a residential neighborhood. And so he probably would have just fallen on, I guess he could have fallen on the driveway. But I mean, considering that most of the house is surrounded by grass, he probably would have fallen on grass. Like, I'm not saying that, like, oh, he should have just taken the L and fell off the house, but I'm saying it probably wouldn't be as dramatic as what he's showing right here. Like, I feel like that's just ridiculous. Save, publish. All right, I updated the super chat, so you're gonna get a brand new one, which is actually it's if you watch a certain channel, you'll understand where it comes from. But anyways, let's see. We had, yeah, okay, I read that one. All right.
Ever, but the atheists called out to God. They got help. Someone put a ladder up there, put a new board up there, whatever. They got down, and later on, that uncle looked over at that atheist and said, I thought you was an atheist and you didn't believe in God. I heard you call out to God for help.
I mean, saying, oh my God, help, or something like that isn't saying, oh God, magical being up there. Yeah, could you put out a hand so that I don't fall? Like, make me float away, take me to a whole new world where I can fall in love with a princess? Like, that's not what that means. It's just an expression.
So basically, you've heard the phrase before, there's no atheist in a foxhole.
Well, that's just fucking bullshit. There are tons of atheists in foxholes, and just because somebody faces a life or death situation, doesn't mean that they immediately start believing in God. Like, how would that be beneficial? It's like, oh, now you start believing. I mean, you think God is really going to be tricked by that? It's like, oh shit, well, you were going to hell, but then you turned at the last minute, so I guess you're getting into heaven now. Like, you really think that the most intelligent being in the entire universe, nay, in the entire span of existence, in reality, is going to be fooled by some motherfucker being like, oh shit, I was wrong. Please, praise God. I believe in Jesus. Suck that dong. Like, you think that God is going to be fooled by that? I don't know. I don't think that that's like a sincere conversion. And I feel like saying there's no atheists in foxholes is just totally fucking ridiculous.
And that shows mankind's need for God. And we don't only need God right now, but we need God in eternity. So if you've got someone that you know that says that they are an atheist, don't give up on them, because deep down inside there's something that tells them and lets them know that there is a God.
So basically, your advice to people is that if you have an atheist friend, tell them that they are lying to you and say that, no, you really do believe in God. You're just suppressing the truth in unrighteousness, and you just want to sin. That's what you think a healthy relationship is. Whether it's a friendship or an intimate, significant other relationship, like, you think that that's good advice to tell the person who's literally just trying to communicate their current state of mind to you that they are lying. No, it's different if you have like an argument or reasons to be like, well, all of these things don't make sense. Therefore, you're either lying about this or you're lying about that. I don't know which. One of them is a lie. I've been in that situation before. I've seen that plenty of times. But when somebody's telling you, I don't believe this, maybe you should take them at their word. Now, I get it that he has reasons to think, because people still say, oh my God, these phrases that we become accustomed to, and these phrases that are just in the colloquial vernacular of our society. But I feel like doing that is a bit disingenuous, because you know that he's not literally calling out to God. Also, he never really finished his story. Like, he didn't tell us whether or not the atheists really did believe in God or not. He just sort of left that behind. He didn't even finish his fucking story. Like, of course, he got done with it. Like, he proved what he wanted to prove, which was fuck all. It was excremental fucking bullshit is what it was. But anyways, the whole usage of like religious vernacular is just not a compelling argument for why some people believe in God, but they say that they don't. That's just phrases that are commonly said in our society. It's a bullshit reason to think that people are lying to you when they say that they don't believe in God.
This is Chaplain Reed signing off. Don't forget to read your Bible and pray every day. Don't forget I love you and appreciate you, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend.
Hey, if you are too busy to read the Bible, you can listen to the Bible right here on the Godless Engineer channel by going to the dailybiblepodcast.com. There's a link down in the description. We will be starting back up. Like I said, I've had a lot of work shit going on, so we haven't been able to really produce the Daily Bible Podcast or the Skeptic Mafia podcast, but we should be able to get back into our normal swing of things. So, definitely check out the Daily Bible Podcast if you want to learn more about the Bible from a more atheist perspective. But in any case, let's get back to our main screen. So obviously I was not convinced by either of these videos or these stories. I felt like these stories were incredibly insulting, personally, just because he seems to be saying that atheists don't even know what they believe, that Christians are the ones that know what atheists believe, and that they should be the ones to tell atheists what they believe. And that's just a really shitty thing to do. It's egotistical, narcissistic, like, I don't know, any kind of bad like adjective you want to levy against that. I don't see how you can actually sit there and be like, oh yeah, no, you really believe in God, you just don't know it, or you're suppressing it. Such bullshit. Caden says only read the Bible if you're an adult.
What? For the Bible tells me so.
This is perfect. Only read the Bible if you're an adult. It's loaded with our rated R content for violence, sexual assault, and slavery. That's right. I definitely wouldn't suggest children reading it. But then again, I know my audience is not geared towards children. So hopefully there's no children watching except for maybe David. But anyways, we are going to be getting to the Skeptic Mafia comments. If you don't know, the Skeptic Mafia gets to choose the video that we watch on Friday nights. I had to call somewhat of an audible for tonight. This was still along the same lines as what the Skeptic Mafia voted for, although it wasn't the exact video. The Skeptic Mafia also gets to leave comments on the video that they picked. And if you've never voted before, basically I give you 3 options and the Skeptic Mafia votes on which option we are going to be watching. And then they get to leave comments on the video, on the community post that I post up for them. And I interact with their comments directly on stream. So if you want to get in on that, consider becoming a Skeptic Mafia member. I so much appreciate all the super chats tonight. I think that we only got through like maybe half of the new alerts that I made, but I'm going to have to put them into the old alert system over there on Stream Elements, because the new one doesn't exactly work all that great for super chats. So it's still in beta, so they got to work shit out. I should have done some kind of testing beforehand, but I was really busy. Anyways, if you're going to be leaving out right now, please go down below. Let me know what you thought about these 2 videos. Do you think that this guy was disingenuous, or do you think that he was being genuine about telling people that that we're just lying to them? Let me know what you think down in the comments below. And hey, while you're down there, why don't you smash that like button and subscribe if you like videos like this? Don't forget to stand up and use your voice. Bye, heathens. But don't go, because we got these Skeptic Mafia comments to get to, and I'm pulling those up right now so that we can cover those. It looks like we've got 9 comments to go through tonight. Now the comments are going to be only focused on the first video that we watched. That would be the real reason why, the real reason atheists don't believe. So that will be the context of these comments we're about to go through. Oh, fuck. Anybody else that uses Chrome, is your Control Plus like to zoom? Is that like fucked up recently? Because like, I can't do Control Plus to like zoom anymore, and I don't know why. Oh, there we go. Control everybody's works but mine. I guess for some reason mine's fucked up. I gotta check on my shit. Okay, so first up, Mr. Handshake, who says, I guess stupid is as stupid does. I don't see how any of this nonsense would convince any atheist that actually has good evidence or even better fucking citations. So hopefully, after all done and said, GE rips this idiot a new one. Remember, KC is almost always right. Tomatoes are a fruit, and they are delicious if prepared on top of a nice juicy Whopper. You know, Whoppers have a red and black Spider-Man Whopper that they're putting out as a promotional for the new Spider-Man movie. Fucking crazy. Next up is Drew's Book Reviews, who says, okay, without watching the video, I am betting the shocking reasons is not shocking at all. Also, hello, Mafiosos and GE and Casey and all you cool peeps. Hope you enjoyed the stream, as I probably won't make it. Also, keep on reading until next time. Thank you there, Drew. I don't know if you're going to watch this on the rerun, but if you do, glad to have you still part of the Skeptic Mafia there, bud. Next up is Torbjorn Lindberg, who says, all spelling errors are deliberately, including this one, left in to put my writing in line with the current lingual dexterity. Okay, I am reasonably drunker and somewhat tired. What is this guy's excuse? In a long-winded way, he only said, some atheists don't want to believe because I don't understand the difference between believe and make-believe. This was all. I hear that one from third graders when I asked for some bad arguments. I also like that he did not know the name of his own show without stopping to think. I think I'm going to go shove her up now. I hope I did that justice. Thank you so much there, Torbjorn. Next up is Command Cyborg, who says, hello, world. Oh no, boys and girls, this is going to be dumb. I'm calling Boulder Dash on parts of that story. I sincerely believe that the atheist can well have said, wow, he had some arguments. I have to look at that thing. I hadn't. Weird, because I just now started using my capture card in order to capture the comments, and that's when it started to get all fucky. So y'all got me now? Yeah, okay. Back, yep. I did. I broke the multiverse. That's right. All right. Let's see. Anyway, as always, consider the whale peen I hear from bad authority that's 15 foot long. Smash all the buttons, ring a ding dong, gong. I meant gong, dag nabbit. Insert a free shilling here. Hey, if you don't know, sometimes we put out a Skeptic Mafia podcast, which we haven't done in a little bit, but we are going to start doing it again. So I hope that you can join us here on the Skeptic Mafia and listen to our political rants, because that's pretty much what we do on that show. That's all, folks. Thank you and good night. Transmission terminated. Next, we've got Gary White, who says, I guess more BS. Get ready to shake your darn head. Got to keep checking the stream health. Thank you, Gary. Deus Ex Tomato says, one, just looking at his background is making me cringe, but that has nothing to do with this argument. So why are atheists atheists? Because they don't see any evidence for God's existence. Not yours, not any others. That story never happened. These preachers need to stop lying. After all, isn't that one of the commandments? It is. But I guess they see that, lying to people for a good reason, like for Jesus, is like okay for some weird reason. 4, simply not true. Atheists don't believe in sins either. They just simply don't see any evidence for any deity or deities. That's a good point to make. We don't believe in sin. So how can we sin? Like, if we don't believe in sin, how is it that sin is a compelling reason to leave the faith? It starts with and ends with whether or not we believe in God, not whether or not we like sin. Anyways, that was simple enough. Now it's ASCII time, which I've got to zoom out for. Fuck. Oh, it's a Kermit. It's a Kermit. Going on, I'm listening, and then they all clapped. Yeah, sounds about right. And if you want the claps, go ahead and like the Wait, I'm getting another phone call. Yeah. You can't be... Okay, sorry. Yeah, I love you too. Bye. Okay, bye. Anyway, apparently the claps isn't what I thought it was, and you probably don't want to get them. So yeah, like, subscribe, bell, do all this YouTube stuff, insert a generic shilling here. Hey, if you guys don't know, we donate to great charities. We took one suggestion tonight. We really appreciate that suggestion. We're always looking for good charities to donate to. So if you want to help us out, super chats or watching our channel, watching our videos on the channel. We got some great stuff coming out next week. I'll let you guys know about here in a few minutes. But yeah, so just donate, or we're going to donate money. And remember, KC is almost always right, and tomatoes are fucking delicious. Yes, they are. Trickster says, what's that smell? Oh yeah, BS. Bullshit. I believe you, Trickster. Next up is Jonathan Nickel, but it says Devon UK on your little @ symbol here. That's really weird how that puts that in there. Anyways, the only thing I will give this guy props for is that he asserts that the position he gives only applies to some atheists. He doesn't try to paint all atheists with the same brush. However, his story comes across as entirely unbelievable to me. His line was that the atheist in the story admitting that he didn't want to be held accountable. This is a common accusation, but I never come across any atheist who actually holds that position. For this to be the case, the atheist must already believe that there was someone to whom they must answer, which means that they already believed in some form of God and were lying to themselves about being an atheist. That is not my position. I am an atheist because I've not been presented with sufficient evidence to make me believe that a God exists. Since many atheists were former theists, especially in America, does this guy think that they can hide from the God they previously worshiped by pretending that he doesn't exist? Apparently. From what I see, the deeply religious can't bring themselves to accept that atheists lack to believe due to a lack of strong evidence, as that might compel them to question their own position. That is far too scary a concept for a significant portion of them to comprehend. I agree. And then finally we got Perplexed Papa, who says, as an ex-Christian that lost my belief in the Abrahamic God and other gods on my way out of religions and supernatural beliefs altogether, I feel that you think that you choose your beliefs over, outside evidence convincing you. I left kicking and screaming, but I had no choice in what convinces the great matter in my head. I, like many others, were hard believers before actually reading the books for ourselves. Then, as I tried to make sense of it all came crashing through. All the lies, deceit, for what? Money? I'm 63 years old now and have chased the supernatural ever since I was a young man. I guess until I experience something different than I have so far, I'm going to stick to the reality I can prove. No fake needed. No reason to add something that you cannot convince yourself of. I think a God would know if you were faking belief and worship in it. This video didn't change my mind at all. I hope that y'all have licked all necessary buttons to like, subscribe, and for the price of one baby brisket or something that you like that, you too can join the Skeptic Mafia and have John shill for his channel and our mafioso family. Insert shameless shill here. I hope I get to make it later. Bye, y'all. Yeah, so we do a group hangout every month, which I think that we're gonna end up having to do something a little out of sync this time around because we got a pretty busy May lined up. So I'm gonna figure out a time when we can all sort of jump on a hangout together, and so y'all just be looking out for the community tab for that information. Anyways, that's going to be it, I believe. Let me check any held for review. Nope. All right, let's head back over to the main stage over here. Boom. Okay, awesome. So next week on the channel, we have some pretty good content coming out. Monday, we're going to be having some mythicist content. We're going to be talking about mystery religions and how they affected Judaism before Christianity came about, and how that ended up helping create Christianity. And we've got this one incredibly illiterate dipshit who has made a video about 5 questions that mythicists can't answer. So I am going to painstakingly answer each and every one of them in its own video. And so Monday is going to be mystery religions, and then the Monday after that will end up being the Genomai word again. There's some specific stuff brought up about that hasn't been covered before on my channel, so I'm gonna get through that. And then on Thursday we will be having a Low Bar Bill video where he's gonna try to prove the resurrection. Yeah, it's riveting shit. I know. Calm down. Riveting shit. In between there, we're going to have shorts going up on the channel. We are also going to be having shorts all weekend that are going to be going up on the channel. And we've also got some clips that will be put up on the main channel. I'm still working on getting a good schedule out for the clips channel. I don't know if I've got the clips channel linked down below, but if you just do a search for Godless Engineer Clips, you will be able to find that channel if you want to look at some more hyper-specific videos. Anyways, that is going to be it for me today. I hope that you guys enjoyed tonight's live stream. We Are DNA said, "Show me your clips." This is really weird. Anyways, y'all have an awesome weekend. I'm going to be playing Diablo 4 some of the weekend. I don't know if anybody here likes playing Diablo, but I've only recently come to really appreciate Diablo ever since Diablo 2 Resurrected got put out, and I tried that. Been very interested in it. So I'm going to be doing that. If you heathens will, have a great weekend, and we will see you on Monday when we will be discussing mystery religions. I'll see you heathens later. Don't forget to stand up and use your voice. Bye, heathens.